Welcome everyone. God, that was a bad intro. Hey everyone. Welcome to today's stream. You can tell that the pitch in my throat depends on how much phlegm is inside because it causes the vocal cords to get stuck. Sorry. Today, thank you for spelling honor correctly. Okay, listen, I'm a Canadian. All right. The one thing that the British and the Canadians can agree on is that spelling words, certain words need a U in them, and certain words are an E and not an A, or not an A and E. The only word that I will disagree with you on is the word grape, simply because I don't remember which one is which. Hey, Nagi, I hope you're doing great and that everything is going smoothly. And just wanted to check in and send some good vibes on your way. I'm gonna make a new greetings command. Thank you, Mod. You have given me a new idea for a ship post. I believe you, but you send that in this specific chat. That's what makes it so funny. Is that being sent in this specific chat? Here, look. The command is now I care. I care. Hey, what is it? I think it's like this. What's the variables again? Let's see. Nightbot variables. I keep forgetting. Every single system uses a different string formatting style. Sometimes it's percent. Sometimes it's a dollar sign. Is that dollar sign? What is this? PSP? What the fuck? I care mod. Oh, wrong one. Shit. Oops. Number one. I think it's. I do it as number one. Okay. I care. Nuggy. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. It has that sense of it feels very ironic the way that it's being sent in that form. It's specifically the capitalization that really gives it away, right? No one ever types a fully capitalized message on the internet unless they truly do mean to shitpost you. We've got some fun things today, okay? Before we start gaming, I've got a couple of training videos to show you all because we need to learn how to do things. What is that emote? Why did you just randomly start twerking? Why did he just randomly start? Why did he just sit on? Oh, that's a wall. That's a wall. Is there a 7TV emote for mods? There could be. Let's check it out. There is a couple. There's some bad ones. I think I know what's a good emote for mods. Mod, what's your favorite animal? Mod, what is your favorite animal? I just want to check in and make sure you're doing well. Mod, I want you to know you are not being paid for this, so you don't have to. Your favorite animal is a whale. Oh, perfect. We can do oh yeah, this is good. We'll do this. Okay, we'll add. Okay, no, wrong one. We'll add this to mine, and then she can just use ours. There we go. Perfect. So there we go. Look at that mod emote. Perfect. If anybody asks, it's not a derogatory joke against large people. It's just because she likes whales. But welcome to this stream. Again, we're training videos. Then we're gonna go into Flipside Frights. Then we're gonna finish another game on this stream because we're on a good track record. Okay, we finished 2 games so far this year, which is pretty good. Usually we don't finish games on this stream, but so far we finished 2, so I'm very excited about this. 2025 is starting to build up into a good year. Wow, I can't believe that you're body shaming me. You wanted this. Usually we don't ever finish games like this. We just kind of keep going on to new games, and people complain, and then people are like, "Oh, I'm dropping this channel," which I don't care either way if you drop it, but. I also want to finish these games because they've been on my mind, and my mind can only hold so much information. Between trying to figure out, how to actually be good at art, as well as all the music stuff that I'm still trying to figure out how to. I don't even know where to release it. Like, I don't know what the release process for music is because there's 2 tracks for music on YouTube where it's like one is the normal video style. The other one is where it becomes a topic. I'm trying to avoid the topic style because it doesn't show up in searches. But I don't know how to do both at the same time, but while having a point to one. I have no clue. You can't see my personality. I'm just a whale to you. Why do you think you're our mod, right? You're our mod because you're simply useful for us. Yeah, we're gonna figure this stuff out. Game, sorry, I have to find my charger. What the fuck happened there? Technical issue, sorry. Yeah. We need to find. We need to finish some more games, and I need to get rid of these games that are filling up my mind space because there's a lot of things I want to talk about these games, and I keep thinking about the implications of it. Right? Even beyond Citadel, I kind of realized the game isn't really done yet. There's still an angle to it that could be extremely interesting. The main one being this piece of artwork that you can find that shows the Child of Sin, which is, I think, effectively her child, the main character's child. So I'm curious to see if there's going to be like a third part to it where it continues on. Again, I think the game is 99% there. They just need to work on the AI of enemies, and then you're basically like it's already a sleeper hit, and it's already a 10 out of 10 game. But then you also, I think, once you fix the AI and you think about how the enemies can sort of push onto you in different interesting tactics, then you get into an 11 out of 10 game, like a Half-Life 2. But not obviously in the same level of Half-Life 2, but it's like in the same ballpark. Show blowhole. Don't do that. You don't have to do that. Can you imagine? We just have I should give everyone mod powers. I should then take away powers from all the mods so that the mods are just like targeted viewers. Like we effectively just target the mods and get them to do things just for our entertainment. Like animals in a zoo. Before we do any of those games though, okay? We need to watch some training videos. So for those of you who don't know what training videos are, it's when you work at franchises, they give you videos and they say, okay, this is what you need to do and do this and that, and make sure to remember to smile at the customer and say hello to them. I don't really care about them because they're very training videos, except for the safety ones, tend to be very, very divorced from the actual reality of the work, right? They also lack a certain type of artistry that makes them genuinely fun to watch. That's sort of the other issue as well. But there is a certain comedy to them because of how surreal they are and how non-realistic they are and how entirely, like, completely nonplussed the actors are. They do things that ultimately are so embarrassing and so hilariously awful, and yet no one cares. Like, they do it with such a straight face. It's like a straight man comedy act. Not a straight man as in straight and gay, but a straight man as in, like, you are the monotone, like, no expression kind of person. Like his name, like the guy from The Airplane. I forget his name every single time. The main guy who, rest in peace, great comedian. And I thought we should watch these ourselves together because I thought it'd be fun. Now I'll bring in the YouTube people though. The best part is that every single company has this. There's not a single company out there that doesn't have a training video of some kind because for some reason people believe that at some point you need to have a training video in order to tell people what to do. And this is something that I've noticed. They're not necessarily wrong, and I'm going to tell you why they're not necessarily wrong. People don't have the attention span to read, and they don't have the attention span to sort of examine, nor do they have the attention span to think about something. A lot of people will just sort of glaze over the training of many things, or just anything, and will just sort of devolve it down to its smallest, most inconsequential, most inaccurate form, simply because they want to get it over with. They'll lose the meaning of the message entirely. Now, this has two sort of facets to it, right? One, you could argue that if people are losing the meaning too often, then maybe what you have done is you failed to capture the meaning, or it's simply too complex of a thing for people to get the meaning in a simple manner by simply reading it, right? Often those are the two main reasons why I see something like this fails. Information transfer of any kind, whether it's something technical, whether it's some piece of art, whether it's some piece of music, whether it's some piece of writing, whether it's anything, really. I mean, anything that has to communicate some idea, it almost always fails primarily because of those two. And then the niche reasons for very specific niche circumstances and the context for other reasons, right? But for the most part, what you're looking at is a failure to communicate properly what you ultimately want people to get from an experience. This is hard, again, depending on your domain, right? That's when you know you've made it as a company. Exactly, yes. But it's hard because of that. Like, it's some domains are just really hard. Like, how do you even communicate the idea of safety to someone? How do you communicate that, that piece of metal, that small one that looks completely inconsequential and looks like it wouldn't even hurt a fly, well, it's backed up by 500 psi of pressure, and it will kill you if it ever happens to explode and you don't check the fitting on it, right? You can't communicate that because a lot of these things are incomprehensible and almost require a level of context to understand, right? And again, This applies to every single field of human knowledge out there. It's why science has become so incomprehensible. It's why art, in many ways, has become incomprehensible as well, despite being purely a visual thing. It's why even music can become very incomprehensible as well. If you've ever listened to very experimental music, it's almost absurd. It's to the point of absurdity. There's one artist, I forget his name, but he's in this group that's the same as Yoko Ono. I can't remember what it was called, but basically he has this one song where it's just pure silence for 4 minutes, and he's like, at the piano lifting it up and putting it down and moving things around, and it's an entire piece that you need to know the context of to really get it, but it's so hard to understand because there's so much context to even begin to know. You need to know almost the entire history of music to begin to understand what he's trying to say. All this to say that none of these videos had that problem. Do you know why? Because these are the best training videos I've ever seen in my life, if only because they nailed the one aspect that makes them genuinely comprehensible: comedy. Yep, comedy. This is a training video from Old Country Buffet, which I had no clue this is a real place. So, for those of you who don't know what Old Country Cafe is, because I had Old Country Buffet, because I had no clue either. Apparently, Old Country Buffet made it. Well, the only Wikipedia article is for the company that owns it. After the 2020, wait, so the only bit of information about them, I'm not kidding you. This is the only piece of information on the Old Country Buffet. After the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic, most Old Country Buffet restaurants closed. The parent company, Fresh Acquisitions, filed bankruptcy again. Again, buddy, this is the time of those like business loans. How did you fail? COVID was the great business loan time, and you failed to get a business loan. What are you, loser? Its IP was sold as a combination. The new owners indicated that they're uninterested in reopening any stores after acquiring the brand, making the restaurant now non-existent. Wait, what? Wait. So, Old Country Buffet went bankrupt. The parent company went bankrupt, and then when they acquired Old Country Buffet and the rest of the company, so now the people who own Old Country Buffet don't want to open Old Country Buffet. Why did you buy Old Country Buffet? What's the point? Unless it came with the property, but I doubt they own the property. Yeah, I'm assuming everything is under a lease agreement. Maybe the contracts were transferred. Maybe. But I know this seems absurd. Anyways, yeah, it was literally just a buffet. And they had some very good training videos. Especially one around, I'm not kidding you, the people who were serving you the meat, they were told to continually talk to the customers. So this is for the meat carver. So that's fine, right? I think that's a good thing to ask for because it's like, all right, what am I going to eat? However, he didn't have to ask if we're hungry. This is the funny part about this. Quite enough to eat today. It's like, buddy, we're at a buffet. Of course, I'm gonna get a lot of food. Like, there's no other reason for you to be at a buffet except to eat a shit ton of food. And I don't know. This is what? Yeah, of course, dude, buddy. It's a buffet. Of course. I hate this. Okay, that genuinely feels a little absurd. I don't know if I would feel comfortable with somebody holding a brief conversation with me as they're carving meat. Because when you're at a buffet, the best part of a buffet is nobody bothers you, okay? Waiters don't bother you, okay? They come by, they fill your water, and they fuck off. Nobody asks you, hi, are you enjoying your meal? Like, fuck off. I got food in my mouth. I am 3 shrimp deep, all right? This sausage is going down my throat. I can't have a conversation. Fuck off. The best part of a buffet is when you just get to fill you're thrusty. You know, you have to be the glizzy guzzler in a public space, sure, but nobody is there to bother you, and nobody cares what you look like because everybody who goes to a buffet knows the deal. Everybody knows that buffets are designed to be food waste centrals. Okay, you are it is designed for you to overfill your plate, get a bunch of shit that you want to eat, and just eat it all in one go. And nobody's gonna give a shit if your barbecue sauce from your barbecue mixes with your roast sauce and the gravy, and even mixes with your teriyaki salmon. No one gives a fuck because that's what a buffet is all about. I don't want to have a conversation as some dude is like, you know, cutting his is carving his meat. What? I'm actually very glad to see that some of these concepts died out. I wouldn't like I would not like conversation, but this does actually paint a picture to me now because I know many old people and I hang out with a lot of old people, and it makes sense now why they sort of get mad when the people behind the counter don't talk to them because they grew up in a time when that was normal. Let's see this. Oh god, even has all this like old VHS craft. That's it. Hi, how are you? Okay, see that last one is a good. Of all the ones there, the last one was the best one because you point people to more food around the place. So not that you make more money. I think as a company, like as a buffet, I think you lose more money the more the people eat. But at least you get stale food out of the way faster, right? The first two, though, if somebody asked me if I watched the game last night, I would, I would be like, I haven't watched football since my father died, and then you know what I mean? Like, there's no point. I don't want to have this conversation. Just give me my fucking meat, man. What's funny too is that I feel like there's probably retail companies that have training like this because I remember at retail when the training was done, they were kind of like, oh, you know, make sure that you talk to the customers and get to know them and get to know what they want. And I was like, why? Like they know what they want. They come into the store and they know exactly what they want. People don't just come into a store and not know what they want. Sometimes they peruse it to find what they want. But it's like two different modes that I don't think companies understand. Companies think that genuinely you are a lost lamb that has walked in off the street, but you somehow have an inclination to spend $500. That's not gonna happen. Like companies just have this weird preconception that people have money to blow and they're willing to blow it at any moment. It's like no. Sometimes, like the only two times that people walk into a store is I'm curious, let's check it out, and maybe I'll buy something if I like it, and or I know what I want, it's in the store, I have to go and get it. I'll ask someone for help if I need it, otherwise fuck off. Like in both cases, you just fuck off. You let them walk around, you let them explore. If they want something, then they'll ask you, right? You don't actually need to talk to them. That's sort of like the weird part. And every single store does this. You walk in, somebody greets you, and it's like, what's the point of greeting me? I either know what I want or I don't even know what this store is, and you're not gonna help me because you don't know my taste. You don't know who I am, and me trying to explain that is harder than me just perusing all of your shelves. Wait, that's actually true though. Okay, I'm not kidding you. This is a major parenting tip. Your entire diet, your entire outing day with your family is decided by your child. If they say they want French fries from McDonald's, well, you either go to McDonald's to eat or you go to a place that's close to McDonald's. If they say they don't want to eat pasta, well, guess what? You ain't going to eat at the Italian restaurant, all right? You have to go somewhere else. Or if they say, I don't want to eat, you know, like your culture's food, then you say, well, fuck, I gotta make something else. You want chicken fingers? Like, it's impossible. What the fuck are you gonna say to a child to have a conversation with them? Children don't even care about conversation. I've watched my nieces and my nephews at buffets because like they're still young, so you have to like keep an eye on them, right? But I want them to have independence, so I tell them go and get the food, right? And I watch them try and do it for the first couple times, okay? And it's funny the way that they look at things. They just point at something that they want and they say, hmm. They don't even say like that. They just go, because they're like shy, right? And they're young. They're still growing it. Like they're still growing into it. It's fine. They'll get there eventually, right? They don't care to talk to you. They just want the food, right? So if you try to talk to a child, they'll just walk away from you or they'll be confused. And it's funny because sometimes they will think that somebody's talking to them, so they'll look back at them, and I have to like rush in to like corral them to be like, look, 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 look where you're walking, watch out, right? Because they're gonna bump into things. Kids don't care. What the fuck is that question? That's a little creepy, man. That's a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie, but maybe it's a different time, right? But if a random little girl walks up to you and you ask her, "Hey, what grade are you in at school?" I would be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, just cut the meat, give them the meat, and walk away. Why are you talking to my child?" And the face that he makes doesn't help at all. At all. The face that he's making is just. For a second, I thought he was going to say, have you decided what career you're going to have?" Okay, that is okay. That's like that's dude. That's some Candy Van shit. That's some Candy Van shit. If anybody asks your child if they want a hot fudge sundae, that's some Candy Van shit. They're trying to get you inside the Candy Van to take home. I don't trust this man. Yes, no. Actually, this should be the entire portion. Forget the first one. I don't give a fuck. Just give me the meat and fuck off. It's not to say that I look down on their skills, right? But buddy, you work at a restaurant. You know what people are there for. You know what I mean? Like I don't. I worked at a restaurant. I used to cook in the back. Like I used to cook a fuck ton. I used to clean things. I used to do like every single role in the back. Customers don't give a fuck about you, and that's fine. I don't give a fuck about them. They just want their food. They just want me to put their food inside their mouth, and that's it. It's over. Like I, I get it. No one talks to the teppanyaki chef. No one talks to the hibachi grill chef, right? Like he's busy doing flips with onions that are on fire. Don't bother the man. What? Will be a judgment call on your part. If you like them more, they get larger meat. If you hate them, they get a tiny sliver of meat. I actually kind of hate this, and I think most buffets have moved away from this. Now they're very specific cuts. Like if you go to Mandarin, which is I'm not kidding you, it's a Chinese themed buffet, but it's like the most popular one within On the Terror, I think. You go in, you go to the roast beef section, same size cut every single time, but at least it's massive. God, I want to go Mandarin so bad. I miss their food so much. Oh god, that ham is so good. Wait, that's melange. They killed him. Very little. What? I wonder why. I wonder why a small child with a small stomach, and basically, like, of course, children want small amounts. See, this is the thing about training videos that is strange to me. Is like, who needs this? Who needs the training video? With 2 minutes in, all the information is shit. There's nothing here that actually trains you on anything. You are training again because training videos, the fundamental problem of them, it's expectations versus reality. The people who run the company at the very top, who are setting these rules up, have no fucking clue how the world works. They're so isolated and insulated in their, golden thrones that they have no clue what people are actually doing and what people actually want. It's just nepo babies all the way down saying, "Oh, you should talk to people and get them to come back." It's like you don't even know what a buffet is, man. They don't give a fuck about talking. They just want to eat the food. That's why they're at the buffet. No wonder Old Country Buffet failed because they don't even understand what a buffet is. If I opened a buffet, right, you wouldn't even have to walk in the door. You would just stand outside, pick all the shit, and then leave. Wow. If your guest is a fat fuck, put this on this side. Listen, that's how my plates always go, okay? I am a fat fuck, and Mandarin has never once failed me. Never once failed me. They always give me a full cut of a roast pork, and when and they don't do the gravy for you. They leave it on the side. If you want gravy all over your plate, you can do that. Ugh. I want the entire ham, please. Also, by the way, this video feels fucking weird with no background music, and I don't know why. I feel like this thing needs some background music. Let's just do like a small amount, like a small drone. There we go. Now it sounds good. It's it even kind of fits the timeline for it. No, still don't. See, that's already a mistake because they're trying to confuse you and they're trying to save themselves money. And I would look at him and I'd be like, "Shut the fuck up and give me the big slice, you fuck. I asked for it." I know it sounds crazy. And I know I sound like an asshole, like I'm basically abusing restaurant staff, right? But they abuse you by asking questions, and so therefore you're free reign to abuse them back in a certain way. Not no, well, not abuse. Look, I'm just saying, okay. If you ask for something, just give them what they asked for, or just say no. Like don't try to play a game about it. Just tell me honestly. She gave up too quick. Yes. Give me the fucking thick slice. Oh god, yeah. Look at that shit. Oh, that is the. Oh my god, he failed the cut. He failed the cut. It got open in the middle. How's that for you? Wait, I actually like that. Okay, that's one advice I think more companies should follow. A lot of places, a lot of people have trouble voicing their concerns and voicing their desires because they feel like it's a burden on someone. And so it's actually nice to have somebody prompt you and say, "Hey, do you want this?" Or, "Hey, would you like help with X, Y, Z?" Right? It's one of those tips that they give you when your friends are depressed and stuff because like you really don't want to bother people, and then some personalities don't really work well with it. But also, you really can't even begin to think about it. So just saying, "I'm going to come over and help clean your house" is sort of like a, oh, okay. And you just do it, and it makes them significantly happier, right? It's one of those things where, as a support, you have to be much more proactive within reason, obviously, and you need to gauge how they feel. You need to know your connection and like know your person. But for the most part, being proactive about things really helps people move forward in their life. Solid advice. Why? No, like, buddy, just read the placard. Hey, Jim, what the fuck is this? Oh yeah, here we go. Yes. Yeah, it is pretty bad. I don't like the way he's wiping it. That's a pretty bad wipe. Thank you. Yes, but not the flavor. Wow. You know what's crazy? I don't think buffets do this now. I don't think because these like hot trays, these hot plates. I don't think they even care about cleaning off these frontal pieces in the first place. Because every time I go to a buffet, like in front of where the spoon is, it's covered in sauce, and even sometimes the spoon handle is covered in sauce and oil. I'm like, ugh. There's one thing that I really do wish Western buffets, so Canadian, American, stuff like that, took from South Korean style. I wish they gave every single patron gloves. Okay, I've only been to one buffet here that actually gives you gloves to like touch things because you really don't want your bare hands touching like material. And it's either that or give me a clean wet towel every single time. You know what I mean? I'm paying like 40, $50 for a buffet. You might as well just give me towels. No, but the flavor is gone. No, I want that flavor. Don't wipe it down. What the fuck do you mean on the walls? How are you cutting your shit that it goes on the walls, man? That's impossible. There's no way you cutting a roast that is going to be mostly dry by this point because it's been heated for the last 4 hours. It's gonna splatter onto the wall. There's no way. Sneeze guards? Oh, don't fucking dude! I don't want that. I don't want the guy who's cutting my meat to clean the sneeze guards. What the fuck? Ugh! Get somebody else to do that. That's his hands carving the fucking meat, dude. Oh. No, 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 no. There should be a different thing. Guarding the area personally. Stand guard for the next 6 hours until the grease on the floor dries up. You are not allowed to leave your station. That is that's an amazing mop. Wait, what the fuck? Look at this thing. Look at the performance. Wow, that's a pretty good mop. I need that mop. It's like a prototype Dyson back in the 1960s. Wow. Honestly, washing the hands is not really going to help. I think realistically they shouldn't just do this. Like they should just get someone else to clean these guards. Because also like customers are probably going to be there. Well, I mean this is on your downtime, but there's no downtime at a buffet unless your buffet is shit. If your buffet has downtime, it means that you're losing money, right? Because buffets operate on volume. They operate purely on volume and low cost bulk bought materials. They differ from normal restaurants in that normal restaurants you don't get the same level of bulk deals when you purchase ingredients. What you get actually instead is the price and then a justification for the price. So you can increase the margin that you make on it by having higher quality singular goods, right? Or like handful of goods or dozens of goods, not hundreds of goods unless you're like a major restaurant. But even then, you don't get the same savings as a buffet where you get thousands or tens of thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands. Some of the larger buffets in America go through like hundreds of thousands of ingredients per day. And they get really good deals on the bulk because at that point the supplier can cut down on the margin because they'll make even more. And it's better because they get rid of stale supply that's usually oversupplied, and they don't have to then account it as waste. Like it's because it won't go to waste. It's going to go into someone's stomach. And effectively, if it does go to waste, well, then they've sold it. It's now a cost in terms of the cleanup and the maintenance of that waste going onto the restaurant who bought that supply, right? Buffets have a whole different economy of scale. With a restaurant, you just have to hope that the quality is high enough that you can justify the high cost, or this is a secret to restaurants that many people don't like to hear, but you gotta be aware of this if you're a restaurateur, okay? You can have all the quality in the world, but if you have no name and no hype, you are never going to make it. I've seen so many restaurants that have amazing quality that shut down within 5 years, which is the typical average lifespan of a restaurant because they just don't get enough customers. But you need a customer clientele, a customer base to walk in through your door to make money. You can't just serve off of pure quality and hope that will get people to walk in. People won't know that you even exist. It's impossible to survive off of just the hope and a dream that somebody will walk in through your door. On the other hand, this is also something that restaurateurs need to know because there's also a restaurateur. There's two types of restaurateurs. One that's business oriented. One that's actually like in the industry. The one in the industry knows this. The one that's in the business side has no fucking clue what they're doing. They're basically just a financier. You can't have hype alone. You actually need quality along with the hype to get people to stay. The hype gets them to come once, but as soon as the reviews hit, that's it. That is make or break. If it's bad quality, they will never come again. It's such a major deal in this day and age. Whereas back then, I think the reviews were more word of mouth and it was much more subjective. So if you knew somebody who enjoyed it, then you could be reasonably sure that you would enjoy it too. Whereas now, a lot of people and a lot of reviewers try to be objective judges of things, but the truth is no one can be truly objective, and it is a fallacy to believe that you can be objective in the face of your objectivity being determined by your subjective reality. And so what ends up happening is that these reviews will just say like, oh, it's not that good, even though it's not bad at all. It's actually like a pretty good place. But because they don't even know that they have a bias against it, they just go, "Oh, it tastes like weird. It's not that good." Boom, your sales go down. Like you got to be really careful about the stuff. It's a very complex balance of hype versus quality, and both of them cost time and money to like do. But you have to figure it out. Anyways, all I'm saying is, yeah, just get someone else to do it because there's no way that your station's going to be empty because you're a buffet. Like you need somebody there at all times, otherwise your buffet is losing money. Ew. Yes. But also, this is why I don't want my carving guy doing this. Look, that's the same hand that wiped down the sneeze guard and sanitized the towels. Why does he look at the knife like a serial killer? Yes, I will use this on my next victim. Yes, I will carve your meat from your bones. Yes. Wow, they actually let you use a what happened to the video there? It just said called and then it just died. I'm surprised that they even let them use this stuff because this stuff actually does require a modicum of skill. Like a small amount. It's about the angle and knowing where the blade is and because you really don't want to get like a double bevel situation, but still like I would have thought they'd go even easier and use those like angled cutting stones because even back then they had the angled cutting stones for very easy sharpening. This is high level tech. I don't even think they allow you to do this now because they most people don't trust people with the knives for good reasons. Microscopic burrs. Sorry, it's not cutting as well. Give me a second. I need to get my whetstone, and then they crouch it down onto the anvil, and they do like a Skyrim animation. It's good. Fuck off. If you're left-handed, fuck off. What? What kind of pussy needs what? No, dude. What kind of pussy, dude? There's no way you cut yourself. There's no way you cut yourself sharpening your knife. Like you have to be stupid. You actually have to be stupid to hurt yourself. This doesn't make any sense. Put the gloves away, dude. These are kitty gloves. You just do it in 5 seconds. Yo, like go look at the intro of Kitchen Nightmares where Gordon Ramsay is doing it. Just copy his technique. It's not that hard. It's fun too. Up. The way he's holding this reminds me a lot of is it Alucard? I think that was the anime name. The one with the vampire guy. I'm sorry. It's actually significantly faster to hold it down and just move the knife really, really quickly back and forth, like way faster. This is some kiddie shit. All right, you have to learn from a real. Just watch a real professional do it. Forget your training video. And the best part, it looks like a show because you sharpen it in like 5 seconds flat. It's so fun. I love doing it. You have to do like a wavy motion with your right hand, with your knife hand, and you leave the rod like kind of down so you get like a good angle on it. What the fuck is this? See, I'm telling you, these videos are made by nepo babies at the very top in their golden thrones. You have no clue how a business works. They have no clue what the bottom line how the front line works, man. What? What? There's what? What? They're never taken to the dish room for cleaning. Also, there's no way you cut yourself by holding the towel. Again, you have to be stupid, so just hold the towel. That's such bad advice because, like, the towel is going to move. There's no grips on it. So as you're trying to clean and then the towel moves, you instinctively correct to keep the knife on it, which is more dangerous Just hold the thing and just be careful when you pull it back. It's actually safer to keep a stable surface. Same reason why you hold the vegetable as you cut it. You don't just leave it there as you like fucking cut the vegetable with one hand only. Because if that thing slips, it's more likely that your knife is going to go down and you're going to overcorrect and like hit something. It's worse. Yo, here's a sheath. Here's a sheath. Don't do this. I actually hate this so much. I hate when companies expect you to assist other people that and doing things that aren't your role. Because you pay these people and you say within your contract this is your role, and then I'm gonna say it's my contract, man. If I like the coworker, I'll do it. But most of the time, you don't like your coworkers because your coworkers are your coworkers, right? Like they're not your friends; they're your coworkers. So it's like, why would you bother helping them when they should be doing their job? You know what I mean? Like I'm not doing extra tasks on top of my shit. I deserve my break. I worked good. I worked well. My shit's done. I'm gonna take a break. This is the worst thing ever. What? Okay, that's a very ominous phrase. It's a very ominous phrase. Okay, that's a very sexually charged phrase. Do whatever it takes. If they want their dick sucked, you gotta get on your knees and start sucking. No, no, you don't. I don't think that's actually matters. I don't think helping people actually increases their satisfaction. Like genuinely, that's the thing that really bothers me as well. Is I don't think people care about the help that they receive. I think actually, more importantly, they care that there's no friction to what they want to do, right? In because it's just human psychology, I think, to be more aware of the pitfalls of an experience, of the downsides of an experience, of the negatives than the positives. And so I think ultimately, no matter how much you're a good person to someone, if they have one really bad experience, they're still going to leave in the end. So you might as well just make it so that there's no friction. And guess what? The best no non-friction thing about the buffet is when your carver shuts the fuck up, stays at the station, and gives the fucking meat. What? Grease from the hand from the ham? How's that dangerous? I hope they do a fake stabbing here. It's also a little scary that he uses the knife and just waves it around so haphazardly. No, I mean, you kind of have to keep it stabilized, even with the with the meat picking fork, and it'd be easier than having to swap the knife every single time. But I still kind of wonder if there's like an on-off button, if they should be. Oh yeah. This is the biggest thing that we have to teach people inside restaurants. If you see something falling, do not catch it. It's such a weird reflex to go for, and it fucks you up when you leave the kitchen. It's only in a kitchen and in factories that this really matters, right? Most of the time, you want to catch it. Like if your mug is about to hit the floor, you'd rather catch the mug and deal with a little coffee on the floor than to deal with coffee and broken glass, right? But for a knife, you can't catch that shit. And it's hard to train yourself to recognize that what's falling and then choose not to grab it. Like it takes a lot of effort and like a lot of repeated accidents for that to finally be ingrained in you. Same with the foot. I see so many people for the first time try to catch it with their foot, and if they didn't have a really good shoe, they would have like a hole in their foot. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Same with the grease fires on the pan. Same with like a lot of things. A lot of things is just so many things are counterintuitive to how we do things because we don't expect this level of danger from such small benign objects. Because for a lot of the world, the most dangerous thing at that size would be like a rock thrown at you, right? Like there's no natural dangerous thing at that size that isn't alive and that isn't obviously dangerous, or just a plant of some kind that you have to ingest, right? Okay, that's wrong because there's 75% of the blade and there's 25% handle. What the fuck? It's their job to wash the knife too? Dude, this guy has like 5 jobs. Oh, that's disgusting. What do you wait? He's wearing the steel glove. He's wearing the steel gloves washing the knives? What the fuck? Ew. Oh god. That's true. That's actually very, very true. I still have that issue. I always tell the new guys, well, I always did. I always told them, please don't put the knives in the side there. Many times I've almost been stabbed. And I have to, like, tell them, please, for the love of God, put the knife in a different section or just leave it outside. I don't care. Put it inside the little container. That is, yeah, I mean, what the fuck? If you do this, like if you put your hand on the counter near the meat, I think of you as a barbarian. You know what I mean? I think of you as like the classical definition of a barbarian, someone who's completely uncivilized and unfit to live in a high class society. Because there's no way that you believe that this is a good thing to do, and there's no way that you believe that tainting the food for everyone else is a fine thing to do. I don't care if it's a habit. Get your dirty piss filled crotch off the fucking counter, dude. What is this? Ooh. I love how the video sometimes cuts. It's such a weird cut. This is the crazy part. It's like I like how they say other than cutting meat. Like, isn't the whole point of your job to cut meat? So why are they getting you to do other things? Like, this is the other thing that I find so funny about corporate training videos. And like my friends tell me about their corporate training videos today, right? As a programmer, I'm gonna be honest with you. The only training video I've ever gotten as a programmer is do not reply to the fake email, and it's very obvious because you inspect the header and you know what's up. Okay, but when my friends talk about their training videos, I'm like, they expect you to do so much. They expect you to have a conversation with the guest. They expect you to ask the guest, "Hey," and then, "Would you like an Apple Vision Pro?" And it's like, why? Like, why? Why does this matter? Why? How would that ever convert to sales? Trick question. It fucking doesn't. And it makes you sort of wonder, how is it that these companies believe that these things actually work? Because it seems like for the last 60 years, they haven't really learned anything. You know, however long this video was, like it's all the same sort of divorce from reality concepts that don't actually matter for the bottom line, and B, for efficiency, and C, even for for the happiness of the employee. Because as much as it sucks being treated as a drone on the factory line, it sucks even more when you have to prostrate yourself to some asshole who doesn't care about you and only wants your meat. It's the lesser of two evils to be a silent background fly, right? Just a fly on the wall, just watching as people take a cut of your meat and you can't do anything. Wait, actually, that's a good horror concept. That's a good horror concept. It's a very good horror concept. Fly on the wall. Fly on the wall, and then the horror concept where you are watching yourself be mutilated. I don't want to say violated because that has different meanings. Be mutilated, and you can do nothing about it. For you are now a fly on the wall. Perfect. But yeah, man, that's such a weird thing to look at. I wanted to show that because I've been having this like conversation of like trading stuff for so long now with my one friend, Sweet Defecation. She always tells me about her trading stuff, and I always sort of wonder, has it ever changed? And it's good to see these old videos because they really haven't changed at all. And it's sad because you would think people who run companies like this who make these videos know what they're doing, but the video has no music, there's no personality, there's nothing going on. There isn't even a single shred of comedy, right? At least the safety videos involving, I think it was Klaus, those were good videos. Klaus Safety. Is his name Klaus Safety Videos? What's that guy again? Yeah, forklift driver Klaus. These safety videos are amazing. The stapler far Klaus. The one where he impales someone and then drives onto the street and impales like several more people and then blows up or something. Amazing stuff. And you need that to really sell the idea of what's happening. Because again, most people don't care, and apparently most people are too fucking stupid to know that it's important to not die, right? So it feels like they're going about it the wrong way. This is gonna come back to bite me in the ass. Someone's going to join and be like, "This streamer hates retail workers, hates buffet workers, hates the bottom line." And again, I just need to remind you, I love workers. I'm all for worker stuff. Okay, I just recognize that when I used to work, some of the workers were more of a liability to people's safety than I ever was, and I want you to know that because I was a good worker even before I was a programmer. That is to say, I was a good corporate cuck. But yeah, that was a good video. I was sent that video, and they told me to watch it, and I was like, all right, fine. My other buddy. We gotta move on though. Okay, we're gonna do some things right. We have more flipside fights, which is gonna be interesting because I don't know how long the demos are going to go. We're also going to continue finishing infra. So we end the day in a very slow, boring game. We start the day with a very, very fast-paced, sort of interesting game. There's no music today because I didn't prepare anything. I woke up early. I had to do with things. And so I haven't really had time to prepare things, which I usually do before stream, like half an hour, really quickly. So we're just gonna go right into things. I just need a moment to BRB, and when I'm back, we'll go right into everything. BRB. I'll see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a full stream. Today is just sort of like the day when I need to get things done. Even when there's days where I'm busy, I commit to doing like even smaller streams. I don't really care anymore because I like playing games, and I'm tired of I'm genuinely tired of programming all the time. And it gives me something to do. But yeah, I gotta go. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll see what's I'll let you guys know what's up and about tomorrow. I won't be late tomorrow as well. I'll be on time. That was my bad last time. I didn't mean to be late today. I thought I had more time to get things done, and I thought I could get them done fast enough, but I failed. And usually it's nice if I end early too, because I can try to raid someone who keeps raiding me. But the problem is that all the people who raid me are in fucking Europe or Asia. Why don't you people live in like a different hemisphere, man? I feel bad getting raided and I can't raid back. Anyways, bye everyone. Goodbye, my fellow Melanches. I'll edit the Melange tonight to make it a full mascot. You know what? You're all Melange now. How about this? You know how people have like Matarakan has Momos? You are now the Melange. And the Melange, right? Because just like real ham, ham is an amalgamation of different cuts of meats that they simply wrap into itself to make like the amalgamated piece of ham that is ham, right? So just like real ham, chat is the melange. You're just an amalgamation of meats. I melange, you melange, we melange. Solid, very solid message. This is perfect. Well, this will be the award cry here at Nightbot. You want the war cry? War cry. War cry. I don't want to do it based off the eye. I need to get... I'm going to get a bot that allows me to do regex commands so I can do random shit like the I melange, you melange, we melange. You know what? Everyone say goodbye to Nightbot. This is the last time you're going to see Nightbot on this channel. I'm going to get a bot that has regex support. This is the last time that you'll ever see him. Goodbye, Nightbot. You served us well, but it's time to take you out to the back of the farm and take you out for a nice long trip up in Kansas or something. Rip Bozo. Bye, everyone. I'm out. Peace out. Have a good night, and enjoy your time. See you all tomorrow with some infra and some more flipside fights. Peace.